Okay, this is part 2. Paid $15,000 cash to the computer consultant. So I'm going to debit factory overhead as opposed to consultant expense. I'm going to throw this into the factory overhead account. And then I'm going to credit cash because I actually cut him a check for $15,000 even. Okay, now before I go any further, and I'm going to put a ruler there to hold my place, I need to update my direct material for each job because here's my direct job, or my jobs for direct material. So I'm going to put direct material for 48,000 here for job 136. And then I'll do 32,000 here for job 137, and then 19,200 for job 138, 22.4 for job 139, 6,400 for job 140. Okay. Then it says we have time tickets that were recorded. Jobs 136 through 140 have all the direct labor parts, okay? And then there's indirect labor. The indirect labor, 24,000, goes to, guess where? Factory overhead, that's right. Okay, so number 4, my journal entry is going to be a debit to work in process for the direct labor. And that came to 102,000. The indirect labor of 24,000 is a debit going to factory overhead. And then the credit of 126,000. Now this is labor, so what do you think? This is going to be a payroll transaction. So it says here that they actually paid cash for the wages, okay? So it's going to be a credit to cash. Okay? And then I'm going to update my direct labor costs for each of these jobs. So 136 job got 12,000 even. Job 137 got 10,500. So I will update as I go. 37,005. 39,000. And 3,000. Alright, so now I got direct material and I got direct labor. I just need to do overhead, and that's yet to come. Here it comes. This is the first part of it. So we are going to apply overhead to 3 of the jobs, and that was for 136, 138, and 139. Make sure you're putting brackets and underlining and stuff like that so you don't have to dig through all this verbiage to find all this information. It is confusing, okay? There's a lot of details. Well, it's not hard, it's just a lot of details. Okay, so I'm going to apply it, and it was based off of 200% of direct labor, and that's direct labor cost. So 200% of 12,000 is going to be 24,000. Basically, you're just doubling it. And then for 138, 200% of 37,500. Let's see how good my math is. 75,000. You can check me with your calculators after this is over with. And then 139. So 39,000, that's almost 40,000 minus 2, so that'd be 38,000. I'm sorry, 78,000. Yeah, 78,000. I'm getting ahead of myself again. Alrighty, fantastic. These are jobs that have already had overhead applied to it, so chances are they're already going to wind up being finished and completed, but let's take it one step at a time. So this is applied overhead, the 24, the 75, and the 78. This is applied overhead. It's not the actual overhead. Actual overhead is going to be a debit. So applied overhead is going to be a credit. So then that means there's 3 things that go into work in process: direct material, direct labor, and factory overhead, but that's applied overhead. And there's my tower again. So we'll conclude this right now.